this time. Call them to come to order. Starting, we got Steve Brooks with no number. We got Mike Ivy, number 3. Hank Elliott, 32. Rodney Fuller, 0. And here's that last. Ken Howard. That was Sergeant Camille. The first shot was taken by Carter. Carter starting out with Crawford. We got John Fuller, 22, starting out. That was a long three-point try, no good. That was number 3, Mike Ivy with it. Same back. That was Fuller, 22, with no shot. And that was picked up by Andre Atwood. Rebound again by number 20, Hubbard. That ball's out on the line, trying to pick it up. We're trying to get these guys' names as we go. That's Hank with a long pass all the way up to Mike. Mike passes over to D. Brooks. He's got some fancy dribbling moves over there. Then we got Howard coming up with a shake and bake. Shake man dropped it. We got Hubbard bring the ball up. That was a long three-pointer. He shows for a field goal. D with the ball, slides it over to Hank. Hank with that set three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes way off and he throws it out of bounds. That's another turnover. Tipped by Carter. Brought in by Howard over to Rod. Rod's picked up by his brother, tries to sneak it inside the D, and it's no good, it's batted around. And that was picked up by Willie Sparks. Sparks with the ball way over on the wing, fakes it inside, switches over. And that ball was ripped off by number 3. Swings it way over to Brooks. Brooks inside to Fuller. Fuller with the bad attempt and fouled on that play. In line with a 2 to make 2. First one rolls off the front and it's off the side for a no good. It's first time at the line. Anybody's first time at the line. So the second shot bounces off short again off the front. Rebound goes all the way out to Andre, I believe. That was Hubbard. With that layup, came in the left side with the right-hand layup and he picked it up. And that's Fuller with his brother stealing it and goes all the way in for the layup, uncontested. Pass it down to Brooks. Brooks does a whoop-de-doo left hand, switches it over. Fuller tried to pick it up, brother bounced away. Goes over to Hubbard. Hubbard that way down to Carter. Carter switches over to Fuller. Fuller jump pass. With that too. Brooks brings it up with a high dribble, passes way inside. Mike Ivy, no good. Carter tries to bat around. Fuller tries to pick it up. John Fuller picks it up and brings it up court. Swings it way over. Another three. And Mills needs a regrouping timeout. Early in the match, Carter takes a 10-4 lead at the 16-minute mark in the first half. Brings it up to the forecourt, passes into Brooks. Brooks with a turnaround bank, and he's good with that. Hubbard brings it up, that swings away over to Carter. Carter's going to pull it back up. Takes the pass, swings it way back over. That goes inside the shot. He's got it from the back, and he called for body or something. They called him with the body. Looked like he blocked all that action. So Mike Scott, either that's Mike Scott or Willie Sparks, either one. I guess that's Willie Sparks, goes to the line. 2 to make 2, and he misses on the first attempt. Second try at 2 is no good. Hank with the rebound, bounces way over to Ivy. Brooks back to Ivy. Ivy goes through the legs. That was Howard. Howard tries for that three-pointer. He's no good on that one. Brooks goes for the return. No good. Fuller for the three-pointer. He's fouled on the play. It goes careening off the side of the backboard. But he goes to the charity stripe for 2 shots to make 2. And the update on that score, it was 6 to 14. They missed 4 points for Crawford somewhere. Fuller's no good. 3 attempts and 3 miscues. And we got sub Roy coming in for Ivy. Ivy leaving again for Roy. They lose a little bit of height there, but Roy picks up on the quickness and the hustle. Fuller's down on his 4th attempt, 25% from the line so far. Carter's going to bring the ball up. And he goes over to the left side, bounces, swings it over to Fuller up top. Fuller goes through the legs, goes to the left, shoots from the left side with a right-handed jumper, and he's good. So now Rod, the brother, brings the ball up, picked up by his brother, swings it over to Hank. Hank back to the middle to Howard. Howard over to Brooks. Brooks with a 2-point. Just had the legs inside the line, and he was good for that too. Kind of a line drive shot, but it was good for all net. Here comes Carter's going to try and juke and move, and he picks it up and slides it in. That ball was shot right in there to Hubbard. Hubbard's going to body his way up and make him foul and take the shot. The shot was no good, kind of a prayer, but he still goes to the line with 2 chances to make 2 again. Both teams are shooting pretty poorly from the line so far. This is Hubbard's first time at the line, and he's hard off the back, jumps in, bounces off the front, and falls back into the net. Good on that first attempt. Second attempt goes right to the back of the hole, slides off the net and down for a good free throw. Fuller's going to bring it up, skip step. Roy going to set a semi-pick. Rolls it into Howard. Howard back out to Hank. Hank didn't want to take that shot. Swings it back up over to Roy in the side, and he banks it off there, and he's good for that one. That man's going to feel good if he scores points tonight. Fuller got batted by his brother in the back, and they threw it right back to him. He swings a hook pass over. That's Hubbard in the paint. Just throws one up off bounce, and he's off. Rebound goes to Howard. Howard throws it out. Carter intercepts that pass, and he brings it all the way back up the middle. Lays it up, and he rolls off the back, comes out the front. That was picked up by D. Brooks, and he passes over to Hank. It's getting kind of sloppy right now. Hank passes all the way over here back to Brooks. Brooks going to slide it over to the right. Drops it inside to Hank. Hank with a nice move, fades away, falls back, rolls around the front, bounces off the back, and it drops in, good for 2. Crawford's going to bring the ball up quick. They got a 3-on-3. Everybody comes back now. It goes back to Hubbard. He's going to try a 3-point shot. He's air ball. Picked up by Hank. Hank passes up the middle to Roy. Roy tries to swing it over to the side. It's over Fuller's head. They said, let's shake it off, get some taps in there, and we'll start that one back again. They got some kind of fast business working. The score is 13 to 18 at 11 minutes in the game. We got another substitution here. That's Bill McFarland coming in, and he replaced Carter, I believe. Hubbard's going to bring the ball back up and swings it over to the right. Fuller pulls up by a semi-middle. Hard off the front, picked up by Howard. Back to Brooks, back to Howard, and he lays it in. Crawford. Instead they started climbing back in there, so they're going to have to shut that business down. Score with that timeout at 10 minutes, 21 seconds left in the half is 18 to 15. Mills crawled all the way back in this. They were down by 8 or 10 at their biggest margin, and now they pulled back up to 3. And that's halfway through the first half, and it's a 15 to 18 ball game. Action resumes with Crawford's box shop taking the ball out on this near side. Hubbard's going to inbound the ball, and he's guarded by Howard, I believe. And here it comes. He loops it way up to Atwood. Atwood seems to have something wrong with his wrist. He's still playing anyway. Hubbard drives all the way through, goes a loop-de-loop, goes with the left hand, and it's no good. That rebound, somebody was stepping on the line, traveling or something, but otherwise it was a turnover anyway. That was Fuller trying to do a magic pass, passes over to Howard. Howard goes for that ball, and he's in for 2. That makes it a 2-point ball game with 10 minutes to go in this half. 9:51 exactly. Howard swings it over to Phil. Phil McFarlane, he swings back, passes back over to Scott. Goes for the jumper, and it's no good. Fuller's going to come all the way up the middle. He slides it over to Howard, and he's good with that layup on the left side. Bill with that loopy. Trying to get these names together here. I don't know a few of these people, so it's kind of hard. That was Howard swinging over to D. Brooks. Brooks goes into the middle. That was overplayed by McFarland. Roy with another guard rebound. Swings it out. Didn't know where to have anybody to go to. Bill goes in all the way. Protects the basket between himself and the basket. Does it behind the head, almost reverse layup, and it rolls in good. Goes to the line with a chance at a 3-point play. So we got Roy leaving the game and Jay Fuller leaving the game. Coming back in, we have Carter and OD. 25, that's OD. OD's in the game. He was good on that 3. Phil made that one. Converted on the 3-pointer. Fuller brings it up, and he's going to shoot from 35, and it's hard off the back. That's picked up by either Scott or Sparks. That ball goes over, he passes it over. The give and go was back to either Sparks or Scott, whichever that is, and he goes back to the line with another chance to make 3. And we got a sub here, Hank coming back in the game, and we got a timeout for Mills. At that timeout, Crawford's pulled up to another 6-point lead with a chance to go up by 7 at 25 to 19 with 7:43 in the half. Scott will be on the line trying to convert that 3-pointer. The tail end of a 3-point play. Bounces off the front. That was picked up by Ivy, and he's fouled on that play. Push from the back, non-shooting foul. But as we saw in the last encounter, that the team fouls do add up and make a big difference by the end of the game. Hank was off. He was sliding off to the left. Brooks with the rebound goes straight back up with the 1 bounce. Oliver comes back with that rebound, and then he's fouled on that. Another non-shooting foul. And OD will pull it up on the baseline. He passes it in to Howard. Howard with the slide over, body in. Fuller with the tap. No good. McFarland drives all the way in with the right hand and layup on the left side. Oliver with the rebound, pushes up to Hank Elliott. Hank back to Oliver. Oliver over to Fuller. Fuller bodies up. Fouled on the play, and he goes to the line. And number 1 is Davis. I keep calling these people out of their names. Those team fouls are starting to mount up, and there's 6.5 minutes to go in the half. Fuller's good on the first attempt. Second attempt rolls off the front, slides around the back, and it drops. That's good for 2. Carter's going to bring it up, picked up by... He was picked up by Fuller. Fuller shook him up, lost control of the ball, picked it back up, and stepped on the line right there. Oliver picks it, pulls the ball in, throws it into Fuller. Fuller over to Howard. Howard out to Hank. Elliott over to Fuller. Fuller down inside to Howard. And that was a charging foul called on that one. Uncontrolled foul. We got Hubbard driving all the way in, and Howard reaches behind. Usually you get called for a foul on that play, but he touched it right out, didn't body him. And on that deflection, the ball went straight out of the bounds and stays with Crawford. Crawford inbounds over to Phil McFarland, and he's all net in there, and that's a 3-pointer. We got field goals going up there. A 3-point field goal. Fuller goes behind the back, pulls up, slides over, swings it over. Howard over to OD into Ivy. Ivy over the head, does a magic pass. It was a little bit too slick and off the hands, and that's another turnover. Turnovers are taking a toll on Mills right now. They're kind of being a little bit fancy and cute right now, and it's kind of taking a toll. Carter keeps that same 7-point lead with 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in the game. In the backcourt, we got Fuller and Phil bringing the ball up. And we got Mickens back here. Mickens in the game now. And that's Brooks playing guard with Mickens. They're in the zone. Fuller can't try and crash that zone. Drives all the way in. He's fouled before he made a step to the bucket. And that's a non-shooting foul. No continuation, and we're not in the penalty, so they're going to take the ball out on the side. But they took another check on it, and I must be wrong. They are in the penalty. First attempt on that one-on-one was no good, and that was tapped in by Reg Davis. He tapped that in with his good hand. He got up a little bit on that. These guys want to get this game back and knot it up in this league. OD with the rebound, and he goes with a reverse layup, kind of behind the head. He didn't want to touch no glass with that. It bounced on the rim and fell back out. So he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. OD bounces the first one off the front, rolls it off the back, and it drops in the hole. And the second one does about the same, bounces off the front, but it fell back to the other side. We've got Sparks coming up with that driving in. He shuffles it over to Jay Fuller, and Fuller slides in for the layup, and he's good on that one. Hank tries to pressure the ball inside to our Fuller, and it's overplayed. Carter goes in, tries that right-handed layup on the left side, and he was short on that one. On the deflection, it goes out of bounds, and they call that a red ball because it came off a blue player. No, it's a blue ball. It came straight off the rim and out of bounds. So Mickens pulls it up, passes over to Hank. Hank goes back to Fuller. Fuller's going to drive back to the right side, drives up the middle, passes straight over to Ivy. Ivy passes out to Mickens. Mickens going to try that shot from the right wing, and he was good with that. Hubbard's going to bring the ball up, playing with Carter in the backcourt. Phil's going to play the wing for the forward. Hubbard tries that long shot. He's no good. Oliver with the rebound. He got caught in between a dribble, a pass, and a steal attempt, and he got crossed up to call that one a traveling. That was an infraction. Carter's going to hold the ball up top, passes over to 20. Hubbard passes over to Fuller. Fuller's going to try and push it in. Swings it back over to Carter. Carter's going to shoot a three-pointer. Flicked it off the last minute and falls off hard off the back. That was picked up by Mickens. Mickens swings it out to Ivy. Ivy's going to drive all the way in there, and he slides it in. He looked kind of like a Jordan on that play. It was about 2 feet shorter on the jump, but it was a nice-looking drive. And he overplayed that ball, and he gets the layup right back, and he almost slammed it. He said, well, I'll just lay that in there. And he tries to overplay another one. He's hustling back there in the backcourt. He slides down and goes over to Phil. Phil slides over to Hubbard. Hubbard's going to drive in there. He pulls up. Oh, boy, that was ball and body, body and ball. But the man tries to pull for the foul every time, and he's been picking them up. He goes right back to the line for some charity shots again. And he's hard off the back on the first attempt. So he's going to concentrate on this one. And the next one went straight to the hole. Hank inbounds to Fuller. Fuller around the back, goes up the middle, slides it over to Ivy. Ivy with that over the head. That was the same second good driving over the head layup type shot, and it was good. Carter's going to bring it up, shake and bake, pulls up. Pulls a string and popped all the bottom of that. Hit the back of the wall. Fuller's going to bring it back up. He's got the same good player on the wing, and he's just go for that left-handed scoop shot. And it bounces off the front and back in for 2. Carter bringing the ball back up, kind of slow, trotting along. Everybody's going to set up. We're going to load up the right side. Carter goes up the middle, swings it over, and that's Ivy again. He overplays the pass. Saved it in, but it goes to Carter. Carter over to Hubbard. Hubbard goes with a high leaping left-handed layup, and it's good. That was all the way over Hank. Hank slides it over to OD. Oliver Davis going to bring the ball up, playing guard. He's going to drive all the way in there, pulls up, takes a jumper, and it's no good. Mickens tries to one-hand it up, and he gets the rebound right back and runs right out of time. And the score at half is 37-32, Crawford. Another pretty fair game. Not as close as last time, but it's still in contention to be decided in the next 20 minutes. And I can guarantee if it's anything like last time, it's going to be a bunch of action. For the final and deciding stanza, at the change of possession, starting this quarter, Crawford takes the ball out. Hubbard passes in to Fuller. Fuller's going to spin around, passes out to the top to Carter. Carter swings it over to Davis. Davis one-handing over, back to Carter. Carter tops on the string, doesn't get it. As Davis with another one-handed rebound and goes straight back up with it, taps again. Gets the same rebound again, goes back up, and he's no good on that one. Brooks picks the ball up, swings it over to Howard. Howard into Fuller. Fuller drives in the lane up the middle, fills it up, and he gets 2. Jay Fuller bringing the ball up on the left side. He's going to pull it back up, swings it up top to Carter playing the point. Carter swings it over to Hubbard. Hubbard back to Carter. Carter's going to set something up. He slides it back over to Hubbard. Hubbard's going to drive all the way in, reverses, and Hank bats full glove of a catcher's mitt all over that one. He had a hockey glove on that, something. Lacrosse, some kind. He covered that whole thing up. That ball goes over to Sparks. Sparks with the shoot. Del Brooks picks the ball up, swings away over to Fuller. Fuller pulls up, swings it back to Brooks. One too many passes. Hank was standing right there to pick that ball up. Davis tries to one-handed, he gets loose control. Fuller picks up that carom. He slides up there, swings it up. That rebound came way out, batted out to Fuller. Fuller's going to drive all the way up. He pulls up at the middle, swings it over to Howard. Howard's going to try that shot. It's hard off the back. Carter with the jumping rebound tap, pulls it all the way up the middle, slides it over to Hubbard. Hubbard is just short on the layup, and we got a foul called on that loose ball. Someone was pushing on that foul. That was Carter, 4-0 pushing. That was a frustration foul because that was a good play set up all the way. A 3-on-2 and Hubbard was short on the layup, and on the rebound attempt there was a foul called. That pull-up was by Brooks, and he fired it up at 22 feet, and he was good. Slowly, Mills is trying to creep back up on that lead and make this another tight game. Fuller's going to drive up, jukes, shoves, pulls over, slides back, pulls back, and takes a shot, and it's all two. And a shot at making a three-point play out of it. Fouled on that play. And that one was hard off the left and picked up by Ivy. He's going to behind the back, palm it over to Fuller. Fuller goes behind his back with the dribble over to Hank. Hank's not going to set shot that. He passes over to Brooks. Brooks going to slide it over up to the top. We'll set it back up, and he slides it inside to Fuller. Fuller bodies back in, lays it off the glass, and it was hard off the glass, and he goes to the line for another try at 2 to make 2. Take a look at the score right now. It's 36-39. They climb right back into that 3-point deficit again. The first was good, and that's that 2-point lead that makes it the closest that Mills has been since the opening tips. And he cuts the deficit to 1. The differential is 1 now. It's starting to look like a game like the last matchup. Fuller's going to spin, twirl, stay at the top, passes way over to Phil. Phil with a high rainbow archer. They got a hand in his face. Hank with the rebound on the air ball, passes up to Howard. Howard over to Ivy. Ivy back, scoops it down, back to Howard. Howard's attempt at the shot. He's fouled all over the back of his head, and he goes to the line for some more charity. As long as Mill can take advantage of these opportunities on the line, they can crawl right back into this game and maybe take a lead on this. The first attempt was no good and hard off the bat. He's going to squeak his shoes a minute, take a couple of dribbles, put the feet together, and take a bend at the knees. And the second one was short and hard off the front. That rebound came off Fuller. Fuller loses control, goes back over to Sparks. Sparks going to bring it all the way up. Passes over to Hubbard. Hubbard going to drive in there. Scoop-de-doop. Takes a shot, and he's no good. Hard off the front. That ball goes hard way down. That was passed way down to Howard. Passed into Fuller. Fuller with hard off his leg. He loses control. He's upset that he couldn't hold on to the ball, so he slams the ball down for a hard dribble that goes up 10 feet over his head, and he's called for a technical. Shooting 2 shots because of the aggressive nature at which he slammed the ball down. He must have said something too. First shot is good. That's about a 4-point swing because he's got those 2 shots, and they also get the possession of the ball back. And the second one's good. Oh, I mean, that thing was lubricated for both those shots. So Fuller's going to take the ball out at the top of the half. Hank's going back to the backcourt, slides back over to Fuller. Fuller's going to bring it over. He's picked up by his brother. He slides to the left, slides to the right. Bounce passes over to Hank. Hank swings it way over to Brooks. Brooks slides it over to Fuller. Fuller's going to take that shot at 2. Bounces up off the top. And Davis with the one-handed rebound, and he gets it, but he tries to pass it over. And that's overplayed by Brooks, and then Brooks tries to pass it back over to Ivy, and that's picked up by Hubbard. Hubbard passes over to Fuller, and Fuller picks up his own brother. Our Fuller picks up Jay Fuller and fouls him on the play. That's a non-shooting foul, and they'll take it out on the side. That's inbounded back to Fuller. Fuller takes a 35-footer short off the front. Picked up by Ivy. He's going to drive it all the way up to the front, and he scoop-de-doop, and they called something. It's a foul, and he just couldn't go over the top with that layup. But he still goes to the line with a chance to, hey, they took the 1-point lead on this, a chance to stretch the biggest lead they had of the day. As a matter of fact, that 1-point lead is the biggest lead they've had so far. So they're going to try and stretch their lead out here. I see Roy came back in the game. And he can't pick up that first one. First attempt is hard off the back. Bounces all the way back up to the ref, and he's going to give it right back to him. He'll take 4 big dribbles, no knee bend, and he shoots it straight in there. At that shot with that 2-point lead, the biggest Mills lead of the night, Crawford is going to take a regrouping timeout and see if they can turn this thing back around the way they were running earlier. The combo that Mills put together that last sector was pretty good. They crawled back from a 7-point deficit to take a 3-point lead, so that was a 10-point swing in a matter of 4 minutes, I believe. There's 13 and a half left in the game, and the score is 41-39. Crawford's with 4 team fouls, and surprisingly enough, Mills has only got 2 team fouls. Last encounter, they were in deep trouble by this time. They already had 17 fouls, but they're holding their fouls back, and Crawford's is going to have to look out because they have 3 more to go into the penalty, and the Mills has 5. So the call is for the inbound. Hubbard inbounds the ball into Fuller. Fuller's going to pull up short there. He passes over to Hubbard. Hubbard scoops around, does a scoop-de-doop, bounces around the back, slides off the side. Brooks picks it up. He swings it over to Fuller. That's back over to Brooks. Brooks back to Fuller. Fuller with the man all over him. They're going to count it. He was hanging over his back, and he scooped over a hook shot with his left and rolled around the rim, and he was good. He's going to take that tail end of a 3-point attempt. And the Mills takes a 4-point lead, and Fuller makes it 5. So Hubbard's going to bring the ball up, swings it over to McFarland. McFarland back to Hubbard. He's short on that 35-footer on the loose ball. Brooks picks up the rebound, and he's fouled by Sparks. So in the backcourt, we have Brooks passing over to Fuller. Fuller brings it up, and Crawford's back in there man-to-man. Carter picks up Fuller. Brooks is over to the side, and he's picked up by Jay Fuller. And Brooks goes over to the middle, swings it over to Roy. Roy's looking over the pass, so he passes back over to OD. OD back to Roy. Roy's going to take that 3-point attempt, and he's hard off the front. OD with the rebound. He's going to spins back to the right, takes a shot, and he's hard off the front. Picked up by Roy. Roy's getting those guard rebounds. Fuller tried to magic it over to Roy, and it was deflected. Goes back out of bounds. Roy's going to inbound the ball over to Oliver on the left wing. Oliver dribbles a couple times, passes over to Ivy. Ivy with the quick pass inside to Brooks. Brooks sweet off the glass. He's fouled, they count it, and he goes to the line. And that's a chance to stretch their lead out even bigger. They go to 7 right here. That makes that a team foul 7. So with 11 minutes and 20 seconds in the game, Crawford's is already in the penalty, and they're starting to fall out of it. And that was another technical. And that one's good. That makes that lead push out to 8. Whatever that chemistry was they put together this time, it sure did work, and Crawford's is going to have to regroup and come up with something else. That was 2 technicals made, and now this is his free throw. Make the 3-point play good, and he was good on all 3 of those. Didn't touch no rim or nothing. I can tell somebody over there is getting really frustrated. And the commentations don't help, I'd imagine. But I'd like to see these guys come back and make a better game like the last time, so somebody's going to have to kind of put the fires on the red squad. Roy inbounds into Fuller. Fuller's going to pull it up slow. Over on the right side, comes up to the middle, and somebody's pushed over. Roy was standing stationary, and he was pushed over by Carter. Cool down, Carter. That's 8 fouls. It's a 1-and-1. Roy should go to the line. Roy should go to the line. Roy does go to the line. It's Roy's first time on the line. And he's looking for points every game. And he's soft off the front. Carter with the rebound. So let's do something. Crawford. Oh boy! Fuller with the spin jumper from 18. His brother's on him. He bats him, but he gets him with some wrist. So this is a chance for them to shave the lead. It's at 10 now with 9 minutes in the game. And the first attempt is good. That cuts it to 9. Cuts the lead to 9 at 40-49. And the second attempt is hard off the bat. Davis keeps it alive. McFarland with the shot. And he was no good on that shot. We got a loose ball foul called on Brooks, OD, somebody. That makes 13 fouls go to 4. Not yet, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. So now we got it straightened out. We're not in the penalties over there for Mills yet. Hubbard brings it in to Carter. Carter from three-point landing. He's short on that attempt. They got to do something like that to get back into this game. Mills still running it. Ivy swings it over, back over to Howard. Howard pushes it out to OD. OD slides in, scoops it in to Brooks, and Brooks is straight up for that layup, and he's good. Fuller brings the ball up on the right side. He's going to pull up for a three-pointer. He bounces off the back, and he's no good. Ivy's in there for the rebound. Crawford is neglecting the offensive boards. They got to pull back in this game. That pass was overplayed by Fuller. Fuller's going to drive it all the way up. He drives in, goes to the left side, scoops in reverse, and he's good. And they cut the lead to back to 9 again. 42-51. Brooks, no, that's Howard over to OD. OD loses control of the ball. Roy picks the ball up, swings it right back over to OD. OD swings back to Howard at the top. And they're going to slow it down a little bit, and he slides it into Brooks, and Brooks kicks it back out to Howard. Howard at three-point. No three-point, it was just inside the line, and he was good for that too. Fuller through the legs, tried to scoop and duke, and he saw a tripping body foul. Still not in the penalty at the 5 team fouls. That was a non-shooting foul to take it out on the side, down at the base. That ball's inbounded into Hubbard. Hubbard's going to drive again. He's the driving master. He's fouled by OD. The basket wouldn't drop, and he goes to the line for 2. They're going to have to convert on all these foul attempts to pull back in this game. Now we're down to 6 minutes in the game. We're going to the home stretch. And if these guys don't start pulling back into it, it's going to be a runaway. The first attempt is no good, hard off the bat. And the second one, the exact same thing. It was a duplicate, hard off the bat. Rebound went to Howard. Howard over to Fuller. Fuller inside to Brooks. Brooks spins, turns, sweet off the glass, short off the glass banker, and it was good. Looks like Mills is trying to make a run. Crawford's better fire up here. Ball goes inside to Sparks. Sparks is batted by Ivy, batted again. The loose ball's picked up by Howard, by Fuller. Fuller with a high arching jumper over Ivy, and it was good. Crawfords can't afford to just trade baskets here. They're going to have to start overplaying passes, stealing something. OD with the far jumper. If it continues like this, it's going to be a walk. Fuller drives all the way in, uncontested, and the layup is hard off the back. Sparks with the rebound, and he goes back up, and he's good with that. Inbounded quickly, Ivy's down there, he's fouled on that shot attempt. Mills is running a good fast break here. And like I said earlier, if Crawford continues to just trade baskets, they aren't gonna make any kind of moves on it. That was a saving notes for Crawford. As long as they miss these free throws coming down, we're gonna have a game coming down to the final seconds. But if they keep it up by trading baskets, it's just gonna be a walkover. Fuller's bringing it up in the backcourt. He's gonna come up to the middle. He pulls up, he swings it way over to Carter. Carter slides it over to Hubbard. Hubbard straight up and over, and he's a player control foul. Player control foul. The basket should be good. He let the ball go at first, but they waved that one off. And Fuller brings the ball up, and they're gonna slow it down a little bit. He's gonna swing it over to Ivy. Down low to Brooks. Brooks bodies in and taps in his own rebound. These guys aren't even hustling on the boards, and they're just content to trade baskets. And Fuller's gonna drive, puts his head down, ducks in, spins around, and he's batted. Picked up by Hubbard off the glass, reverse layup, and he's good. Fuller brings the ball up behind the back, picked up by two guys, passes all the way down to Howard. Howard. What did we call on that play? Some kind of turnover there. We missed it. On that foul, we finally go to the penalty. And that's a 12-point lead, and there's only 3 minutes to play. Now we're gonna have to have a big rush going here. Steals, overplays, interceptions, and we're gonna have to get Crawford to get all the rebounds. And they gotta convert those free throws, and I missed another one. Now the Mills is gonna go into a semi-stall. They feel kind of content with a 12-point lead, so they're gonna just shave some minutes off the clock, spread the offense out, hold on to the ball, pass it, dribble a couple times, pass back over, go to the middle, and Fuller with the shot, a banker no good. Brooks with the rebound. It's like everything's going the Mills' way. Ivy with the finger roll was no good. It rolled around the front, and that was picked up by Davis. Davis over to Hubbard. Hubbard's gonna drive, scoop, oop-de-doop, knee tuck, and it was good. That ball's over to Fuller. Fuller's overplayed pass goes to Carter. Carter's gonna drive all the way in. Another scoop-de-scoop off the back. That's what they needed to do a while back, but they still got time. It's an 8-point lead now. Now Mills is gonna press to try and come back with offense. After trying to hold the ball up, and Ivy goes in, flying in with a layup, and it was a pretty one, and it was good. Extends that lead back to 10. Fuller back in for a layup. They're trading buckets again, and time is still continually going off the clock. A minute and a half to play. 54-62. Can't call timeout without possession of the ball, so they neglected that. Fuller's gonna juke. He moves into the middle, and there's a foul called on that play. Now we got a whistle we can call. At that 1:11, it's 54-62. It's an 8-point lead. There's still time to come back in this game for Crawford. If they continue to play like they were doing, defensive rebounds, converting on all their opportunities, and they need a couple of steals and interceptions, overplayed passes, and that kind of thing. But if Fuller continues to hit on the line, that takes the lead right back up to 10. There's a minute and 5 left. Fuller's going to drive all the way in. He's picked up by two guys, swings it over to Phil. Phil with a three-point attempt. He's hard off the front. Ivy with the rebound, and he's fouled again. That's fouled by Hubbard, number 20. Oh, we got checked out. We got Ivy with that foul. We got a push-off foul on him, and they go to the line. Hubbard's going to have to convert these, and they're going to have to try and get the ball straight back. And they're at about the time when they got to shoot all three-pointers about right now. First try is no good. It's kept alive by Davis, and that shot back by Sparks. The rebound goes to Rob Fuller. Fuller's body push, and that's another non-shooting foul, but he goes to the line, and this guy's been pretty solid on the line. So as long as he continues to do that, I think Mills has a comfortable, safe lead, and the game won't go into overtime like the last contest. Yeah, he's touching the back of that hole, bopping it. And he was good with the second. Driving in Fuller, he's just playing, ball's overplayed, tried to tie it up, but no. One hand with Davis, and he couldn't do it with one hand. That must be the difference, because last time the guy was in there rebounding strong, and with that wrist problem, he just can't get in there and control the ball. So they lost a big portion of their inside game on that, and that was the difference right there. Plus, they took away his O too, so that seems to be the telling story on this, because otherwise everybody else the drives were good on both squads, and free throws were fair. Coming down the stretch though, the man of the hour, high point man in every game, Rob Fuller, and he's canning all the free throws. Every attempt he's had in this past 5, 8, 10 minutes has been good. Brother pulls it up between the legs, left-handed scoop shot, layup, and it was good. That was inbound to Brooks. Brooks saves it into his player. Fuller is fouled again. Half a minute to go, and the score is 68-56. And I think this is a walk-away. And once again, we're going to have to give the Budweiser Most Valuable Player to the man at the line right there again. He killed all those free throws at the end. He's been driving, he's having assists, and a couple of steals, a couple of three-pointers. But the most impressive part is that down the stretch with the one-on-one situation, he's been canning everything, all the shots. And like I said too, he's the high point man on every game so far that I've been doing. All around pretty good left-handed player. So now Crawford is just going to play off the game for an academic sake. Just for the sake of saying, hey, we just don't quit, but we kind of let it go. 22 seconds left. Fuller goes to the line with a one-on-one attempt on that play. Fuller swings it all the way down to Brooks. Brooks over. Ivy for the slam dunk, the first one of the night, and that looked pretty good. We knew that guy could get up by, oh, they're nonchalant. They're just going to play the game out. Brooks says he wants to slam, but he didn't get a chance, and shovels it over to Howard, and that was it. The end of the game, and the game ends at 74-56 Mills. Well, it wasn't as exciting as the last time, but like I said, their big man in the middle had a wrist problem and a couple of absentees. So they put up a gallant struggle and fight. And Mills did some running there, and like I said, Fuller had clinched it at the end of the game by hitting all those one-and-ones. Crawford was just trading baskets, and they couldn't convert on those, and they couldn't convert on the three-pointers, and they couldn't convert on their one-on-ones. So that was the difference. They were outplayed tonight by the Mills. And it looks like the Mills will continue to beat in this league so far, too. So that's so long from Vallejo High School, Atari Gym. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully. hopefully it'll be a more contested game. And hopefully we'll have a chance to see these two teams